President Donald Trump speaks to United States Military Academy graduating cadets during commencement ceremonies on Saturday in West Point, NY. John Minchillo, Pool, AP photo against a backdrop of a global pandemic and rising tensions with military brass over his handling of nationwide protests. President Donald Trump largely sidestepped the nation's unfolding crises during a commencement address before West Point cadets at the U.S. Military Academy on Saturday. In front of more than 1,000 socially distanced cadets donning white face masks, the president sought to present a stoic but uplifting message befitting the historic Plain Parade ground overlooked by statues of the college's greatest graduates. In a ceremony notably bereft of families and friends of the graduating class, Trump also briefly alluded to the crises and controversies gripping the country, thanking the military for combating the invisible enemy from China and the National Guard for enforcing the constitutional rule of law on America's streets in an address that in parts reflected Trump's America First approach. "Each of you begins your career in the Army at a crucial moment in American history," Trump said. "We are restoring the fundamental principles that the job of the American soldier is not to rebuild foreign nations, but defend strongly our nation from foreign enemies. It's not the duty of U.S. troops to solve ancient conflicts in faraway lands that many people have never even heard of," Trump told the cadets. "We are not the policemen of the world, but let our enemies be on notice. If our people are threatened, we will never ever hesitate to act, and when we fight, from now on, we will only fight to win," Trump added. Trump's speech before the graduates comes during a contentious time in his relationship with the armed forces amid his handling of the coronavirus pandemic. A number of officials, including Defense Secretary Mark Esper and Joint Chiefs Chairman General Mark Milley, have distanced themselves from actions Trump has taken in response to protests in the wake of George Floyd's death in police custody, which have including deploying National Guard troops and discussing the activation of troops to quell peaceful demonstrations. Esper said publicly he opposed the deployment of active troops, and Milley on Thursday said his participation in a June 1 photo op with Trump at St. John's Church near the White House was a mistake that tarnished the military's hard-earned reputation as being divorced from politics. Trump also this week publicly came out against removing the names of Confederate generals from military bases, saying his administration won't consider the idea amid calls from former military leaders and senators of his own party to do so. In his 29-minute address, Trump encouraged cadets to embrace the example set by past military commanders, including Union General Ulysses S.